Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Sybil with All Things for Beauty. So I'm going to answer this question. I made a video about, I would say, 2 weeks ago, and one of the question kind of like stood out to me. The person said, um, "What do I mean?" And to give them an example of what do I mean by living on survival mode. So we live in a society where everyone wants a quick fix. We say we want change. Sometimes fear, our own fear, stop us from going towards change, and sometimes it's just the fear of getting judged, the fear of not being accepted by society, by everyone around us. Because a lot of the time when we do things that are different from the norm, we get judged for it. We get people make it seems like as if like, oh, you think you better than us. And really, when like me personally, when I do something for myself, I don't do it with the intention of anyone else benefiting from it, because whatever it is I do, it doesn't matter the choice, if it's good or bad. The only person that's gonna benefit or that was gonna get affected by it, it's me. And if there's anyone outside of me that can get hurt from that or get something out of it, it will be my bloodline. So really, when I'm being intentional by me doing something, it's just like, um, I know as a kid, I was, I was being influenced by everyone around me. It didn't matter who that person was. It didn't matter if that person was family, it's teachers, everyone around you. You get influenced by them. And sometimes we get so into our own mind by collecting every single little pieces that people have implanted in us. It is very hard for us to get out of it. And that's how, like a lot of different type of emotional, mental, spiritual health um start happening, and we start claiming them as our own. We say our anxiety, our this, our that. And really it's just all the little patterns that have been implanted in us. It's not even ours, and we don't want for people to judge us. So when we are doing something, or when we meet someone new, we we tend to put our guards up. We tend to sometimes act funny. We tend to do things unintentionally, and we look bad. And one of the things this society have is not taking accountability. It's easy to run away from problems instead of like dealing with the situation, or say exactly how we feel and what we mean, because we are used to not speak for ourselves. We were told certain things, we can just keep it and move on as if like it's nothing. And especially um sometimes it's just that we know that we did something wrong, but we choose to stay in the easy route because we always want something quick. We want something easy. We don't want to put the extra work. And what happened is that we stay in the same cycle. We might have done one thing different, but we do everything else the same. So it's like we see 10 step progress, but we go back 25 step back, and it's like a rotation over and over and over and over again. and and my biggest thing is that I don't know why at our age, even those prior to us, fear of not being accepted. Because really, when we look at it, we should not care about disappointing other people. We should be more worried about disappointing ourselves. And also, if we so caught up on being on like having to disappoint our parents, right? And I know a lot of us, it's more like our parents, because I am guilty of that from a while back. So we are so disappointed of not being accepted or how our parents see us, so we don't do what we want. So it's not our passion. It's like we always get tired, we get grumpy about the things that we do, we don't love it. It's like we want the approval, we want to be accepted, we want to be seen, we want to be heard, and we try, but really, if we are also a child of God, and we say that's our father, we don't want to disappoint him. And for me, that's the mindset that became for me. I'm like, why am I so worried about how my mom feel? If God feel that I am perfectly made, and I keep saying I am perfectly made, why am I ashamed? Why do I need the approval stamp of my mom? Why do I need the approval stamp of my in-laws? Why do I need the approval stamp of anyone that doesn't feel comfortable around me? Why do I have to wait for someone to say, "Oh, you are amazing, you are great"? And I thought like, okay, this doesn't make sense. What I'm saying and how I'm acting didn't align. So I went and worked on that. And that's what I mean by surviving. We are sitting on survival mode, and we are doing things that doesn't align with what we say, and sitting there affirming things, saying we want this. Or we could say every single day we are a child of God, we are perfect, we are good people, we are kind-hearted people, and so on and so forth. But the fear of being disappointed, of making someone disappointed or not being accepted, actually make you subconsciously do things that doesn't align with the things you are saying. That's where it says that people tell you who they want to be, but they act like who they are. So you can't always take someone's word, especially if it's someone that is unhealthy. When I mean unhealthy, especially someone that is unhealthy emotionally. This is one of the biggest ones. Someone that is unhealthy emotionally, they pick up on the wrong vibe, they pick up on the wrong things, they get in their head, they make up scenario in their head, they feel out of place. It's I'm speaking from experience, also from experience personally, and from seeing it from other places. And sometimes they let things go by, not because they don't care. It's just their mind is preoccupied with those things and those people they want to prove something to. And a lot of the time, these people, they are afraid of getting let down, they are afraid of getting hurt, they are afraid of getting stepped over or getting crossed, or so on and so forth. So it is not easy for them to trust people. Or if they have been hurt before, they are afraid of feeling that pain again, because they actually never healed. They never forgave the person, and they probably still blaming themselves for what had happened. So when they meet someone new, and it could be as healthy as it can be, it could be someone that was sent to them to bless them, but the fact that they are so stuck in their old way, they are so worried of not getting hurt, what they do, they start acting funny. And what happened is that they come across as a bad person, and it's that cycle gonna keep repeating if you do not fix what is broken. And usually it's nothing wrong with you, it's just some people just never gonna like you. It doesn't matter what you do, how you look, what you change about you. It doesn't matter how many times you win. It doesn't matter how successful you are. It doesn't matter how big of a house you have, how much money you have. If someone doesn't like you, the person not gonna like you. With me, I am okay not being loved, not being liked, not being accepted, because I know I'm very different. And I know that is the one thing that used to bother me a lot. It's when they tell me not to speak my mind, or they tell me that I am different. Oh, you shouldn't do this because of society. You shouldn't do that because of society. Like, okay, but society doesn't pay my bill. Society is not with me at the end of the day crying, hating myself. Society is not going to stop, like help me from going crazy and not being grounded in so many things. So I had to understand society is just something that people make. It's like, what is it going to do?